sombering news with Max Fried today to start us off as we transition here potentially throughout the weeks coming. But the Yankees lose a tough series 2-1 to the Blue Jays, and now this news comes in. Yesterday they get pretty lucky to win the ball game, but they do find a way. Um, so I mean, it's a tough time considering if you're looking at the large scale hopes of what you have for this team, I don't see how you could be optimistic with all this stuff that keeps happening.
Yeah, and I don't even know if I posted it, but I was gonna post something on Twitter and saying I love to be optimistic, but the best case scenario is of Max Fried coming back for just the playoffs, no build up or anything in live game action. Really scares me, especially because how he performed last year against the Blue Jays in the playoffs. You know, having the best case scenario be he comes back immediately into a playoff game, into an important game, it really scares me. And the worst case scenario being he obviously misses the entire rest of the season, which I think is probably going to happen. Just because we know what this injury will do to him. He had left him out for what 2 months, 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Earlier this season. Hopefully, this is just precautionary. Hopefully, it's not a bone bruise yet again. But by the way it sounds, I mean, we're gonna know a lot more information tomorrow pregame from Aaron Boone. But early looks of it is it's not good. It's really not good.
Is it like a precursor of what could be a Tommy John situation that's not being careful properly? It's
I
not being handled properly. I don't know, bro. It's not good because if it's the same exact thing, like you said, we know how long they kept him out for. So at this point, he wouldn't even make a return if it's the same time period.
Yeah, I honestly think it's Tommy John. I don't even think they risk him coming back and then re-injuring it yet again and then having to get Tommy John in the offseason. I think if it's a full bone bruise yet again and they were contemplating Tommy John last time, I think he just gets the Tommy John.
Oh, were they contemplating it last time?
Yes.
Oh, that's not good news then.
But I mean, what's up, Pinstripe Bungle? Bungle.
Yeah, it's
But
not
yeah,
good.
I don't think he comes back this season, unfortunately. And we were all thinking, four-headed monster going into the playoffs, three-headed monster going into the playoffs, and now that game three that would have been started by either Cole or Fried is going to get started by Carlos Rodon or Ryan Weathers, and that's extremely significant because in a wild card series, game three is going to be a guy you can't trust go out there and give you six scoreless, give you seven scoreless, even five scoreless. It's going to be one of those guys who are having good seasons, but will have a bad start more occasionally than the Cam Schlitlers, the Garrett Coles, and the Max Frieds of the world.
Yeah, that's a tough situation as well. It's just all these different things mounting up. Like the offense is already bad enough, and you're playing all this run prevention stuff. And then I still have a lot of questions about how this offense is gonna look even when everyone does return, which I think is a more concerning issue than even this, honestly, because the offense has been anemic. Um, but I mean, I don't know. It just looks like a second place finish. It's destined for another ALDS exit to me, based on how everything's going right now.
Yeah, and you know, I don't think a bright side of this. I don't think we're gonna run into a juggernaut like we saw with the Toronto
Well,
Blue Jays last year. I don't think there's going to be a team that's better than the Blue Jays were last year that we're going to run into. But a team like the Rays without a guy like Max Fried, that's going to be a really tough series. They're already a tough ball club. They're a pesky ball club. They put the ball in play a lot. They don't strike out, and yeah, it's scary. And that front end of the rotation is very good with Nick Martinez and Drew Rasmussen.
Yeah, I just don't see how this will happen, but um, it's just like a difficult situation for sure.
Hmm.
Um, because like you mentioned with Tampa Bay, you're gonna have to go to Tampa first of all, and so you're gonna not have the home field advantage, and they have not they have not had good success there. So I mean,
Hmm.
it's gonna be a tough sledding situation for sure, and it's really fortunate that it looks like it's going to go this way. Because, like you said, I think it's highly unlikely Fried returns. I mean, we don't know for sure yet, but like it is the same injury, and the facts are all in front of us, so they don't look too promising for this. I mean, the last time against Seattle, he was decent, but it wasn't earth shattering. But you didn't think anything was really wrong. Um, but you never know in these situations, obviously. But at the same time, I don't know, man. It's just like they can't catch the break and they can't make the break for themselves, and then you make the decision not to add any pitchers at the deadline, and you get this news on top of that. It just seems like they didn't try hard enough to get the pitching necessarily, and it's like the lineup is the lineup. You know, it's going to be rough. Ramos is hitting to some rough outs. I know we finally got a double yesterday. Garcia's been good, but he hasn't had as many chances because people haven't been getting on for him as much. I know he could still do better in certain situations, but um, and then I was trying to think through this about who would get cut when all these guys may get back. Like the Spencer Jones avoid the send down when everyone returns. I'm not sure how he can with the way the roster is constructed, even though he's playing well. The only guy who I could think to get off it is Ahmed Rosario for sure. Probably you'll probably
Yep.
DFA him. That's one guy to go. After that, it gets a little bit tricky.
You know, I think what they're gonna do is did you see that they pushed back Cody Bellinger's rehab to Thursday
Yeah, I think
instead
it
of
was just a
Tuesday?
stupid miscommunication for some reason. Like you know how those things go.
Yeah, maybe, but I also have a different theory is that they're waiting for the September roster expansion so they don't have to DFA anyone when Cody Bellinger comes back. And then they
Oh,
DFA somebody for Judge
or
or
Stan, I
send someone
guess.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, it
But
could be. They are
I
gonna wait till September 1st, apparently.
and yeah, I mean for me it's Ahmed Rosario that goes first. Um, they're not going to replace Ali Sanchez without bringing up a catcher. Um, but yeah, I think this is extremely unfortunate. I mean, this changes so much stuff with the outlook of this team.
Yeah, I think what's gonna happen is when you add the extra spot, that's how you'll get all three of them back, and then you'll have to make a move probably for Spencer Jones. Unfortunately, no matter how good he's playing, there's no other way to get all three of them on the roster together because you have Ramos now, and you can't get rid of him. So Dominguez still probably won't return. Is there a slight
Hmm.
chance Volpe returns if Chisholm doesn't figure it out? Like you could wonder that maybe. I just
Yeah.
don't know what you do because like you still have to create a roster spot for Volpe somehow. Like you're not gonna DFA Caballero to bring back Volpe, I wouldn't think.
Did
But
you see the Ryan Garcia tweet
which tweet?
comparing Jazz and Caballero and how their seasons have been like under the hood? They've been pretty identical so far.
Yeah, now that I look for Chisholm, I did see those numbers. So
Hmm. On a walk year
um,
too. I mean,
Chisholm's not playing well.
it baffles me how bad of a season he's having after going 30-30 last year with incredible hitting metrics, barreling the ball at some of the highest rates in the league. And now it just looks like he forgot how to hit. And that did a really big toll to this team, especially during this slump where whenever he's hot, he could carry a team for a week and a half, 2 weeks alone when he's hot.
Yeah, I agree 100%, bro. It's really a tough situation all the way around. And Ben Rice is really struggling. He gets a homer yesterday, but he's been in a very bad stretch. Does that finally get him going? We've been thinking a few shots will get him going. Hasn't worked yet. Trent Grisham's starting to play better after his anemic stretch, but you,
Hmm.
you still have to see him start to get those start to match those numbers that we're seeing under the hood a little bit more. Hopefully, as the year gets
Yep.
down the stretch. But to your point, like Tampa Bay is probably not as good as Toronto was, but like this Yankees team might not be as good as the team last year, dealing with all the deficiencies that we're talking about now. But I don't know. I mean, they got a lot of work to do. I think um, I think they're losing right now, Tampa Bay. So it may be 5 games when we start
Nope,
tonight,
they're
tomorrow.
winning.
Up the
They're
game
winning
back.
now.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
and it might be 6 games at 7-6, but a back and forth affair in Tampa Bay. But either way, like if it's 5 or 6, it's running out of time to cut that down because you have that 4 game series at the end of the year, but you're gonna have to get it within 3-ish games. So we think you have a shot to get a division at that point. I just feel
Yeah, I
like it's
mean,
gonna be too late by the time all these hitters come back because this offense is just not good. Even yesterday, they scored 4 runs, 2 of them in extra innings. Like not really efficient.
yeah, and I'm just hoping, said this on Twitter, but I'm just hoping that they can make it so that second to last series, that 4 game set at home, at least has a has an impact on the standings and will impact the way that the standings look, even if we're 1 game back after that series. I'm just hoping that they stay afloat as much as they can until that series, and if they lose because they lost the series, split the series, I'm fine with it. But at least they didn't go down in mid September.
Yeah, like last year, kind of, except they fall all the way to the end, but they lose in a tiebreaker. If you had a similar situation this year, it'd be pretty rough because in order not to get the tiebreaker for Tampa Bay, all they
You
have
have
to
to
do
sweep,
is, yeah, the Yankees have to sweep.
have to sweep that
Have
four
to
game
sweep
set.
to not get the tiebreaker for the Rays' favor, which is going to be very hard to do. So you can't expect that, but you can make it possible, I guess. If Max Fried is down for the year, it takes away all the planning like you were talking about, and now Warren probably could go to the bullpen in October, I guess now instead of during the regular season, which we were thinking. If Clark Schmidt makes it back, he's still a bullpen piece because he's not going to have much time. I think he's getting further in his program, but the time is starting to cloud against him. Like, do you really want him pitching high leverage innings in September? I don't know if I do because he hasn't thrown the ball in so long, and that's the situation he's going to end up finding himself in eventually if he gets
Hmm.
into that bullpen. So that's another nerve-wracking thing that the Yankees are going to count on by not trading for someone.
Yeah, and at least I can have confidence in that. He's had experience with the bullpen in the past. He's been an extremely good bullpen piece for the Yankees in years past, but obviously he hasn't thrown the ball in what's going to be 2 years when he does return, and you know it's really not looking good at all. It's not looking good whatsoever. Um, he's gonna have to eat some of those high leverage innings, like you're saying, and he's going to be one of the better bullpen guys immediately when he comes back, and he's gonna get thrown into the ringer. And if he could stick, he could stick, but coming back from Tommy John and getting thrown into high leverage innings. I mean, we saw that with, not to the extent, but we saw that with Luke Weaver last year. You got rushed back from his injury.
Remember Nestor, the World Series, they throw it back from the injury, and he throws it up
Hmm.
to the stands for Freddie Freeman to hit a grand slam against. But
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, I mean, I get it. Clark's a weapon. You want to use him because you have to use him at this point. You don't really have an option because of what's left. And then Savili, we didn't even talk about this. Savili's gone down since we've last spoken. We don't know how long he's going to be out for. They picked up someone that was kind of a journeyman. What was the name again?
Um,
He was like 27, I
it
think, or
was it
something.
was Don Hanner. Hanner.
Yeah, something like that.
Something
I
Hanner.
think I saw him the other day actually, and I didn't know him, so it's like that has to be him. So, because I know everyone else, but I do get curious with how these paths look in these lanes for these people to return. But if Bellinger's gonna start his rehab like Thursday or Friday, I don't know if that makes him all the way out to September 1st, unless he's able to make him to like a week. Um, Either way, Rosario's gonna have to get DFA'd at some point when people start coming
Yep.
back. So I don't know like how much longer they need to save him for. Till I guess
I hope he
maybe.
goes first, and you could slide Caballero right into that lane where he's playing third base, where he's playing second base sometimes, and you could be confident in Caballero to field every position pretty well.
I think it has to be Rosario unless it's the Jones sends out, but I think they want to wait a while for the Jones sends out because he's actually figuring it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like I said, unless you could think of something, I can't see a way that Jones doesn't get sent down if everyone returns though, just because of like the way the roster is. Like I said
Yep.
before, you can't send down Ramos. You're probably not going to cut Caballero, and you can't do anything with Ale Sanchez because he's the backup catcher.
Mhm.
So it's going to be a very clunky fit to get all these guys back. It's probably going to be Rosario DFA. You're going to have to send Jones down, and then the extra person will be used for the third person, unless Goldschmidt gets cut, which you could. I doubt it, but there is more of a case than there has been because Garcia's around now. But Goldschmidt's still that guy that hits lefties, so I'd be
Yep.
surprised. But
Yeah, and I don't think they DFA Paul Goldschmidt. I don't think there's a way that they do that,
so
especially
Jones is
because.
probably screwed then, unfortunately, for October. It sounds like
Mhm.
I can't see how he makes the roster then.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
something
Well.
unforeseen happens.
Yeah.
Well, there is a chance that
I
Stan
agree.
won't even survive, or like he might not even be able to come back at all. You can't rule that out still, because Giancarlo, like if he gets injured again, he's done. So like, if that happens, then Jones would still be in play, and it's not like out that unforeseen that that could happen with how things have been for him lately.
Mhm.
What's to say he's even effective when he returns, if he even returns, if he doesn't get hurt again relatively quickly?
I mean, if he's effective, he's. I think just getting him back is is a big piece because you have his presence there. You have the home run capabilities in that lineup, and he's
All right,
gonna
I'm
hit the
gonna
ball
put you
hard.
on the spot. Do we ever get to see the full lineup with everyone in it at once this year? Like, say, Judge Bellinger, Ramos, Garcia. Like, does it ever happen? You think?
I mean, I don't know with Ramos, but it's a little weird because I don't know if you want to play Ramos at second for Ben Rice at first, and then
Oh
you're gonna
yeah.
have to DH Stanton
Oh
because
yeah.
Ramos
Like,
sucks at second.
yeah. No, I
I
think.
guess you could platoon Ramos and Stanton.
Or it would probably be like a mix of Ramos, Garcia, and Stan rotating together. I don't think you will play
Yeah,
them
but
together. Probably.
I think we do. I I have faith that Judge comes back in about a month probably, but I'm losing faith really really fast in this season with all these injuries.
Yeah, it kind of seems like if, like, you know what's gonna happen. Like they'll make the playoffs, they'll get the wild card. Something will go wrong in October, and then, okay, we'll wrap it up. We'll be back, and then we'll be back in the off season, going into a lockout, discussing what went wrong, probably.
And they're gonna blame it on injuries, and they're gonna re-sign
And
Aaron
like,
Boone, and they're gonna
yeah, that's the
re-sign
thing.
Brian
This is where things
Cashman.
get worse. Like if they actually made a change
Yeah,
of like after what happened, then you'd be okay with it. But the problem is they probably won't because the excuses are gonna start coming out like hotcakes at fairs. Basically, that's what's gonna happen at the end of the year.
I mean the Phillies seem done with Don Mattingly. I wouldn't mind a Don Mattingly hire because
Yeah,
he's a smart man, but like he's turned around the Phillies. But I
yeah.
don't know,
There's a
man.
lot of works laying in the
I don't
weeds,
know.
but Alex Cora sneaking his return back into Philly. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so let's do it. I know Jared's gonna get going to college soon, so the JG Show Pod on IG and TikTok. Follow us everywhere. It's the JG Show. You search Julian Guilarte on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. So thanks everyone. It's been fun. We'll be back soon once he figures out his college schedule, or maybe we'll bring us some other guests. That was a guest that was working on too that we still gotta get in here, and a few other ones. So, um, Jared, it's been cool. So we'll see you
Yeah.
when the Yankees are around. They play Baltimore tomorrow. The thing that makes this free thing so more frustrating before we end quick here is that Carlos Rodon just got back. He finally going to have the full rotation, and you can never get free Rodon and Cole together at the same time still after almost 2 years.
Yep.
Very bad and unfortunate luck.
And I think Rodon's a free agent after next year, right?
Is it two more? 23, 24, 25, 26? Yeah, I think it's two more. It's signed for 6 years.
Yeah.
So it should happen at some point, you would hope. But who knows, unfortunately.
Yeah, really.
Hope Free doesn't need Tommy John, otherwise it's in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that was a quick one. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Try and